Good morning. Good to see you again.
Good morning. Good morning.
You know, I had just such a great time. We collaborated together with your students who were fabulous
Thank you.
in a performance portion of the Bach B minor Mass.
Mm-hmm.
And, wow, what inspiration to see these young students, these young gentlemen, and they were all gentlemen, knowing their parts, and you really were an inspiration to them to tackle this extremely difficult vocal music.
Well, thank you for inviting us to do it.
It was great fun. Let's talk about the arts.
Mm-hmm.
Why are the arts so important for our children? We've been talking about music all day and how it makes a difference. And give me your own personal reflection of why you feel this is not only important but essential for young people.
It's essential to make them well-rounded people. A lot of our students are very creative, not just at DSA, but across DPS.
Yeah.
And they don't have an outlet to let their creativity out. But they need that so that they can excel in their academics as well.
Yeah. And we were talking about that. People are, again, school districts have gone through different changes, and then they say, well, we need to cut out the frills. And it just makes me crazy,
Mm-hmm.
because, of course, what are the frills? Art and music.
So they think.
So they think, and they've got it all wrong.
Yes.
They really do.
Yes. I was talking to someone yesterday, and we were talking about the arts, and I said, you know, a lot of times people only see the performance. They don't see the work that goes into the performance.
So, yes.
And this summer we did a Jumpstart program here at DSA with the ninth graders. And we showed the ninth graders how math and music work together. And some of the instructors were amazed. And I said, these kids are doing this every day in music. They're doing math, fractions, they're doing multiplying, they're doing subdivisions all the time. So I personally don't think you can separate academics from the arts. It has to go hand in hand.
Now tell us about your work as Director of Vision. That's the DSA Male Ensemble.
DSA Male Ensemble. Well, I have a group of fellas who come together to sing. And in the singing process, they're learning music, but at the same time, they're becoming brothers. And that shows up in the music. When they're singing, they're brothers. And we do performances all over the city. We've done it all over the state. We've gone out of the state to sing. We've been on the DSO stage. We've been just about every place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what it does is it gives them an opportunity to see what other parts of life is all about.
You know what I love? I was talking to a friend of mine who is also a music teacher, and sports are important. Being athletic is important, and being on a team. Singing is certainly being on a team. But I love what she told me. She said, you know, on my team, no one sits on the bench.
Exactly. Exactly.
Isn't that something?
That's exactly true.
Everyone's involved all the time, and you know, from the standpoint of ensemble singing, people say, well, I'll just learn my part on my own. I go, no, 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 no. This is a team effort. It's learning how to communicate musically with each other, and that's the first step of communicating on so many different levels.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then the other thing with vision, they don't just learn their part. They learn all the parts, because if we go someplace and somebody's missing, they have to flip parts.
That's right.
So it's not just my
Wow.
part. Yeah.
Yes.
It's not just mine. Yeah.
Would you say this is how are they competitive among each other? Is it a competitive group? Or they're
Yes,
competitive?
it is. Well, gentlemen are competitive by nature, I do believe. And it's funny because when I first started with them in the old building, the gentlemen would sing a melisma, and they would try to outdo each other. And then my room was directly across from the bathroom, so they would go in the bathroom, and I would get this wonderful sound coming out the bathroom, and I used to go to class, you know. But this is what they would do all the time. They would sing and say, now what are you going to do? You know, it was really a wonderful sound.
Oh, wow. I imagine it's also exciting for you to see so many of your students go on and achieve academically, not just in the area of music, but to know also the type of dedication you need in studying to do something in music. That ends up, well, spilling over into other type of academics. Wow, this is where I have to do it.
And it also makes them disciplined enough to know how to sit down and do it. A lot of them take what they learn in music as far as how to break things down, and they take that to the academics and break things down. And then the other thing I like about Vision, I love about, is they help each other. If someone says I'm having a problem in a class, they rally, they help each other.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
How many young men in Vision?
I think this year is going to be 30.
Wow.
Yeah, last year was 23, and then one year we had like 50.
Yeah.
I was amazed. I was like, oh, I'm in heaven.
That's so great.
Oh.
Well, I'm so inspired by your work, and
Thank you.
and so happy that you're part of this team, and I just see good things continue to happen here, and I think we're really, we can all hear bad news
Mhm.
coming out of Detroit, and we need to take time to tell people, look, this is good news. We're here. We're part of telling the story for the Detroit Public Schools. We're playing the music 24 hours a day,
Mhm.
and we're involved on a daily basis and living our professional lives with all of you that work here and seeing all of these young people in the hall, and it's inspiring. I never thought I'd get to be able to go back to high school. it keeps you young.
It does. It does.
It
It does.
really does.
It
You
really
think,
does.
This is the future.
Mm-hmm.
This is the future.
Well, not the future is now. It's
Yes,
now.
It's very
Yeah,
exciting
it's now.
indeed.
Yeah.
I want to mention that the Detroit School of Arts Vision Male Ensemble performing The Last Word of David by Randall Thompson. And when is this going to take place?
Well, this is what you might want to play.
Oh, we're going to this is, I'm sorry.
We're calling an audible.
Yes, Dave Devereaux, thank you. I've got it ready to go.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay, go
play it
right
here.
ahead.
When did you record this?
We did this last year.
Yeah.
As part of our concerts.
And I know the word, challenging
Yes.
indeed.
Yes.
This is not
And
for-
they asked to do it.
Really?
I had not put it in the repertoire, and they said, Miss Valentine, can we please? I'm like, yeah, okay, let's try it. And they did a magnificent job with it.
Well, I would tell you one more story,
Uh-huh.
and I'm sure Fred DeHaven will not
Oh,
mind me
yes.
telling you this story. But before we had collaborated, you sang with the Oakland Choral Society. And you did a major work too. I can't remember. Oh, it was a Chichester song.
Yes,
in
yes.
Hebrew. And Fred said to me, "Oh my gosh, these kids were so well prepared that the many members of the Oakland Choral Society had their mouths open, and it inspired a lot of people in that group to go and learn their parts."
Wow.
So kudos from
Thank you.
Fred, and I want to tell that story publicly because he was so impressed. He said,
Thank you.
I would love to have the opportunity of working with them and with you again
Oh,
for what you brought. And that's what a great teacher does,
Thank you.
is inspire kids to work together as a team and to set this vision, if you will, that you can achieve, and you
Yes.
will achieve more than you think that you're going to achieve, and much will be demanded of you, but in a positive way.
Exactly.
And that's
Exactly.
great teaching. So
Thank you.
thanks for being here.
Oh, you're welcome.